All right, today we're in Corona Del Mar, California. We're gonna ask people what they do for work and how they made their money. All right, the average cost of a house here is probably like what, multiple millions of dollars? I mean, you can just see from the scenery. So we'll see what they do. My bet is they're all business owners, but we'll see. Greg, so what do you do for work, Greg?
I am a supply chain executive.
Okay. So what type of company is it?
It's a communications company.
Okay. What types of things do you sell?
I buy versus
Oh, you
sell.
buy. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like manufacturing stuff or?
Manufacturing as well as some information technology.
Okay. How'd you get to where you're at?
You know, it's interesting. I kind of fell into the career, and someone gave me an opportunity years ago at Ford Motor Company, and I've been in supply chain ever since.
Cool. You mind sharing how much you make?
I can't disclose it.
Multiple six figures, let's say.
I do pretty well.
More. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for your time, man. I really appreciate it. What's your number one tip you would say for kids maybe looking to, I don't know, make something themselves? Don't really come from nothing.
Work hard. My dad always told me no one's ever drowned in sweat, and you know, people who work hard and live right will succeed. So that would be my advice.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Have a good one. What'd you guys do for work?
I ran an employee benefits consulting company.
That's real niche.
Helped employers manage employee benefit programs, administration, tax compliance, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, wow. How'd you get into something like that?
You know what? It was the very best of a long list of marginal job prospects I had out of college.
And you just stuck with it the whole time?
Stuck with it the whole time, found out I was better at it than the people who hired me first thought I was. Started out making $13,000 a year.
So you got good at that, and you're like, why can't I just do it on my own type of thing?
Yeah, I worked for big firms for 10 years, and then went off on my own in 1994.
Nice. You have a big exit?
We sold our company in 2013
Okay.
to a much larger entity backed by private equity, and I've stayed on because I have equity, but I don't work anymore.
Okay. Oh, so you're still there, kind of just like an advisory role type of thing?
Very, very limited. Once in a great while, they'll ask me what I think, and making it perfectly clear that they don't care.
That's true. If you had to give you guys had to give one piece of advice to maybe someone who's trying to make it in business, what would you give them?
You know what? I think you have to be true to yourself and honest with others. If you can do that, if you can strike your own course, but at the same time, remember that you're not an island. You're doing it with and for other people. Reputation's everything.
Yeah, I love that advice.
Okay, so I do accounting. We have a commercial construction business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any like specialization there, or is it just any commercial?
Yeah, so
building?
my husband actually went to college and there's an actual degree for construction management, which I always just thought guys kind of went to work and then started their own business. That's what it seems like. But anyways, so he actually has a degree in that, and when he finished college, he moved to Hawaii and he did one of the tallest buildings over there, or was part of that group that did it, and then came back to Washington, and then we met, I don't know, a couple years later, maybe a year later, and we've been together ever since for like 24 years. But he ended up getting a job here first, and then we realized, you know what, it seems like we're never really going to get ahead unless we go to work for ourselves. So in 2008, when I was pregnant, he quit his job, started doing everything on his own, and it's really paid off. You really do, because you have more write-offs. There's just so many more things that you can do when you own your own business, although the responsibility is a lot more.
Right.
Because you're responsible for everyone. They become your family. They're not just an employee.
Yeah.
But the name of his company is Riviera Building and Development, and we're both here, and then also we have a joint venture over in Hawaii too, so he goes there for a week out of every month.
Wow, that's so cool.
And it was funny because when we first moved here 24 years ago from Washington State, we were walking through Corona Del Mar. I think we were actually staying at the Marriott, and he had just done his job interview, and we were trying to figure out, well, where would we live? And not knowing, what's a cool place, what's not cool, whatever. And we're going through here, and I just remember looking at a house and thinking the rent was so much, which it was nothing back then. Not like
compared to now.
10 grand
Right.
for a 2-bedroom right now. And I just remember saying, I hope someday we can afford to rent here. And within, I think, like 4 or 5 years, we were buying a house in Corona Del Mar.
Wow.
So our first place was a
That was
condo
fast.
over in Newport Beach by the hospital. And then we more than doubled everything on that place and then used that as a down payment here. And it was just kind of like a little fairy tale, I think. We have to pinch ourselves.
It's cool to see. That's what happens when you start a business. You have outsized returns, right?
Yeah.
So if you had advice for someone that wanted to start a business, what would you say?
Well, just know that you're going to be working 7 days a week and you have to work really hard, but it does pay off if you pay attention to everything that's going on around you. You can't just think, oh, I'm going to go out and party every night, and that's not how it is. A lot of people think they go to work for themselves and they're going to have more time on their hands, but it's a rough road in the beginning. You have to put in a lot of time, like you guys are.
100%.
Right? You don't just hang out and do nothing.
Yeah, we're just interviewing people, asking them what they do for work, and if you have any advice for someone starting out, you know?
So what I do for work is I sell luxury real estate out here, and I would say my best advice is never quit, never give up when you feel like, you hit that wall.
Right.
Just keep pushing forward. I think that's the key, and always dream big.
Okay.
Dream big, never quit, never give up, and always try to find yourself first in the morning. Do your meditation, whatever you have to do that works for you.
Okay.
Start your day off like that. Don't start your day off with anything negative.
Okay.
Don't even touch your phone.
Oh. That's a tough one, yeah. What's your morning routine look like?
Morning is, I get up, do a little meditation, get out with the dogs, go run, be by myself for a little bit, and then take on the day.
Cool.
Because if you get your phone first thing in the morning, it's going to dictate your day, right?
100%.
You don't want anything negative. You don't want to deal with anybody's problems in the morning. Find yourself first, get grounded, and then move on with the day.
Yeah, some really good advice, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Great
again,
advice.
never quit, and just keep focused on your goal and where you want to go. And keep setting higher goals always.
Wait,
Yeah.
tell them who you are.
Oh yeah, who are you?
Leo Goldschwartz.
Leo Goldschwartz. Okay, that's where people can find you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
LeoGoldschwartz.com.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if you need luxury real estate, this is a guy.
All right, gents.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing that.
Venture.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure to work out.
Yeah. If you want to find us, we're Johnny and Sergio. So.
Johnny and Sergio.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thanks.
Take care.
Have a good
You
one.
too.
Thanks, Leo.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I heard you have the best
How to be
advice in town.
successful.
Yeah, you look familiar.
Do I?
Really? Yeah, we just asked.
Johnny.
Somewhere I know you.
I did it.
So, yeah, what do you do for work?
Well, right now I'm actually on a month sabbatical, but I normally do business development. And I would definitely say that, number one, you want to find your purpose. Don't worry about following anyone else's path. Find out what you love, what you cherish doing, and pursue it. And then the money will come later. I think one of the biggest problems I followed the money for a long time. Made a lot of money, but didn't find a lot of fulfillment. And without fulfillment, none of it's worth it. So now I'm focusing on finding what I love to do and working with some people who have come into my life, because the universe always sort of works things out for you when you have the right mindset. And so remember what you do is part of your purpose, and don't neglect that. Don't rob that of yourself.
Wow, that's
amazing.
I love that. Yeah. And then you said you do business development, right?
Yeah, I've done business development for different industries. So I did software for a long time. Right now, I'm in the cannabis industry, but I'm probably transitioning a little bit away from that. I'm looking at more spiritual path for me. I mean, I love cannabis and I believe it's a healing plant, but I'm looking at some other healing plants that I want to become involved in. I have a friend of mine who runs a turmeric latte mix. It's a drink mix. It's people who want to sort of get off caffeine. But one of his big purposes is dealing with children's mental health, which is huge right now. For the last 7 years, he donates a part of his profits to send at-risk youth to leadership camp to give them focus. And so I just think that's something I can really get behind, and it's very easy to sort of support that. And he's graciously allowed me to kind of brought me back into his life, and we're going to do that together. And so we're starting that out. It's an established business, but we're starting doing it together, and it just feels great. So I'm really glad that I took this time to, reevaluate my priorities.
Yeah. Well, that was really good advice. So, what was your name?
Steven.
Steven. Nice to meet
Howings.
you.
Pleasure to
Sergio.
meet you. Nice to meet you,
That's
Sergio.
Johnny.
Johnny, great
Johnny.
to meet you, man.
Yeah. So we have a channel, Johnny and Sergio, and we just basically, we have a few businesses and we teach people how to do businesses. So I guess
That's where I know you from. Cody Sanchez.
Cody Sanchez.
That's crazy. You have the orange
window cleaner.
Yeah, I don't forget a face, so I was like, dude, I know this guy.
That's crazy.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I saw you. I follow
Ricky
you.
Biddle.
Yeah, you're the business partner, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Together, right?
Yeah.
You were filming over there. That's why I was like,
Oh, okay.
like I know exactly where he's filming, right?
Yeah.
Like we walk here all the time, so.
Yeah.
So no, it's great. I mean, like I love what you're doing. I definitely think that people, you don't. If you just think the traditional way, we've been programmed, right? Like I say, we've been programmed for a certain mindset and path. And I think everybody's sort of like, we're used to that because you go to school and you're like, okay, I just follow a path, follow a path, follow a path. And I don't think we encourage exploration. But when you're young, it's exactly the time that you want to do it, right? That's when you have time is your friend. And you don't want to be doing it, wait until regret. Regret's like the worst thing you can have in your life. So try new things. You'd be amazed when you attempt something. I mean, you guys can testify. I mean, when you went the non-traditional path, you started a business, that was probably the last thing, and you probably had people being like, what are you doing? Like, this is crazy. Go get a job, right? Get established. There'll always be time for that. So I think that, like I said, you've got to take risks. Have a plan, but definitely take risks. And you won't always succeed. You're going to have some failures in your life. I've had a few. I've had successes. But if I hadn't, there's certain things you look back and you're like, I can't believe I accomplished that. And just because you just had sort of faith, right, to accomplish it. So we'll see. I'm starting out in a new adventure. And I've had a lot of people coming to me asking me to do things with them, which is funny when like 3 months ago, I was just like, oh, I can't get anything done, right? And it was just because I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And when you force an issue, you take away your power, right? And so when you can kind of refocus, say have a why, a big why, and then also make sure you're doing something that you believe in, it's like you have this energy explosion, right?
I agree, yeah.
Right.
100%.
So. And make sure you build a community, right? I built a community over this month. I had it was funny, a person that I was working in his business, and he was kind of saw in me like, hey, you're not happy with this. And, normal people be like, oh, well, you don't want to be involved in it, forget it. No, he was like, hey, take some time off. Here's some resources. We went to some groups that sort of help support each other. Been doing that. And it's been the best thing for me because it's like I've met people that are amazing and that I'm going to be lifelong friends with. We're going to be going to London. A guy I met at one of these groups, and he invited me, and his girlfriend's opening a restaurant. So I think connection and community is also extremely important.
Yeah, I think that's something we kind of struggle with because not that many people our age doing what we're doing, right? So. Yeah, I mean, I love meeting other business owners. So it's awesome meeting you.
Yeah, definitely. Continue. I mean, I can give you my contact information. We can keep in touch. Love to. Yeah, if you need any more wise words, and definitely.
I think people are gonna eat this up.
Great.
These guys have so much
Give
wisdom.
me lots of likes, right? Or whatever you call that. Steve Hellings, right now. Great, awesome.
Yeah.
What's important is don't worry about like copying what other people do. I think that's the biggest challenge right now is you're looking at Instagram and you want to you start to get into this thing of like, oh, why didn't I do that? Or and it's like, it's not about that. It's about being inspired by these people finding their passion and following their path. You have to do the hard work because I think right now we want to turn everything in just sort of instant gratification and you don't see the work. The reality is the work is that what shapes you and what gives you the strength. And it'll take time, right? It's not instant. Anything that comes to you like that, you don't learn anything from it and you don't gain anything from it. So it's the hard stuff that really makes you grow, and that's what brings sort of that long-term satisfaction. Hey, if you're interested in your health and you want a coffee alternative, go to My Nature's Harvest. You can try out 2 of our products, Turmeric Latte Mix or Shroom Magic. They're healthy for you, they'll give you energy, and they'll help send at-risk youth to the resources they need. Thank you.
I'm Johnny. This is Sergio, my partner. So we run a few businesses in the area: cleaning business, window cleaning, and an education company. But we also have a TikTok channel where we make content about what we do. And today we're just interviewing people around Corona Del Mar, seeing what they do for work, and basically just giving advice to anyone looking to make it. What do you do for work?
I am a real estate agent.
Okay.
Here in Orange County, Irvine area, Newport Beach area.
Is it like luxury real estate?
Luxury real estate, residential, and I focus on first-time buyers.
Okay.
So the group that you are, focusing on giving mentorship to.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. So are you an agent or are you a broker?
I'm an agent. I'm a realtor.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for 30 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stick with something for a long time. You see some success, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You stick with it for a period of time. You have some success. Obviously, there's ups and downs, and you've got to pick yourself up from those situations, and then just life changes as well.
Right.
Sure. Before we started the interview, you said you wanted to talk about just what people can do, young or old, and I just say it's your mindset,
Limiting beliefs and things
Yeah,
like that.
like just decide, if you decide you're not going to do well, you're not going to do well. If you decide you're going to do well, you're going to take action and you're going to do well. So one's action and I think one's kind of inaction. And we're not going to be perfect. That's the other part, the component to that is you're not perfect at everything, but if you keep going, you'll have some success. And that's all relative.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're striving for.
So if any first-time buyers want to buy a house, where can they find you?
At Renee Warren at kw.com, Keller Williams website.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Renee. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, Renee.
You're the best. Our good friend Kathy over here, maybe we might make her a recurring character. Let me know if you want to see her in more videos below in the comments. But dude, she's plugging us with all the connects. We're gonna get tons of good interviews for you guys. All right, you wanna say bye? Well, I wanna say one, thank you so much for helping us out. If you guys want Kathy back and you wanna see us interview more people around Corona Del Mar, say thank you, Kathy, for all your help. We really appreciate it. All right, guys, kind of a crazy day. We got tons of good content, tons of good advice from all these people we just met, and made some good connection for ourselves. So we're gonna try to interview some more people, some more entrepreneurs in the area, and bring you guys some more good content. So if you guys like this, run up that like button, hit the subscribe. We're gonna be doing more of this style a lot because honestly, we're having a lot of fun doing it. So if you like it, again, notification bell, subscribe button, comment below. Thank you, Kathy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.